In this film, we will show you how to replace the BILSTEIN B4 air suspension module on the front axle of a Jaguar XJ Type X350. It's very important that you follow the instructions exactly as shown. Remove the ignition key when working on the air suspension module. Check the modules against the installation instructions. First, remove the suspension strut from its packaging and read the assembly instructions. You need tools and equipment provided by the vehicle manufacturer to replace the air suspension module. Before removing the old parts, measure and note down the height of the vehicle from the center of the wheel hub to the lower edge of the wing. Next, jack up the vehicle and check the suspension thoroughly for any damage. Next, jack up the vehicle and remove the wheels. Check the suspension in the area of the upper control arm for any damage. Wear suitable protective eyewear when working on compressed air systems. Carefully disconnect the electrical plug-in connections on the suspension strut. Carefully loosen the compressed air line on the suspension strut until you hear the sound of air escaping. Caution, residual air may escape when dismantling the compressed air line. Secure the line with a protective cap. Use suitable tools to dismantle the height sensor linkage. Next, remove the brake line holder. Loosen and remove the coupling rod on the lower control arm. Loosen the lower bolt securing the suspension strut on the control arm. Disconnect the ball joint from the upper control arm. The nut must not be used again. Remove the lower retaining bolt securing the suspension strut. Once you have loosened and removed the nuts on the strut tower, the air suspension module can be removed. Caution, secure the suspension strut. Remove the air suspension module. Do not remove the safety label until you are ready to install the part. Insert the new suspension strut, then attach and tighten the new self-locking nuts at the top of the strut tower. Take the new O-ring out of its packaging. Discard the metal plug screw and mount the O-ring on the vehicle's compressed air line. Handle the new O-ring with care to avoid damaging it. Position the compressed air line on the air suspension module and bolt in place. Connect the electrical plugs on the suspension strut to the vehicle. Position the suspension strut on the lower control arm and then insert the bolt. Mount the ball joint for the upper control arm in the hub carrier. Caution: use a new self-locking nut. Mount the brake line holder and bolt in place. Position the torque strut on the lower control arm and bolt it to the anti-roll bar. Do not tighten the screw securing the torque strut on the lower control arm at this time. Mount the height sensor linkage. Never lower the vehicle from the lifting equipment while the air suspension is depressurized. Only lower the vehicle until it touches the ground. Then start the vehicle. Lower the vehicle to a height of 380 millimeters. Measure from the center of the wheel hub to the lower edge of the wing. Run the engine for 2 minutes. Then lower the vehicle to a height of 340 millimeters while the engine is running. Do not fully lower the lifting equipment until the vehicle rises up automatically. Check the compressed air connection for seal integrity. If you find an air leak during this inspection, the compressed air line must be dismantled. A damaged or incorrectly installed O-ring must be replaced. Tighten all relevant rubber metal connections only when the vehicle is road ready. Using the specified torque, tighten all threaded connections loosened during the replacement process to the manufacturer's specification. Always align the axles after working on suspension parts.
BILSTEIN. Drive the legend.